how it would be on anything. So federal government reimburses us for stuff all the time. So for example, when we had Hurricane Milton, the Biden was president then, he signed 100% reimbursement for debris and for emergency protective measures. And so all the debris stuff would be done by local governments, and then they would submit, and then they would get reimbursed 100%. And the state could get reimbursed if we're putting in it as well. So it's no different than how it's been. That will be something that will be done. And I think that's probably the most efficient way to do it. Now, I think they do have more money now in the agency, so we'll see what they're doing. And part of the reason we've gotten so leaned in on this is because I just know that Biden really decimated ICE. He was telling people just come illegally like that. He was inviting people to come to this country. So they were not serious about interior enforcement. So I knew that, and I knew that there were major gaps, and I knew there's no way you were going to be able to fulfill the mission if the states and locals just sat on their hands. So we're happy to do this. I think it's important to finally get this issue right. At the same time, if DHS is able to handle all this themselves, then fine. We don't need any credit for anything. We just want to get the job done. But yes, it'll be reimbursed just like we would do on any time we get reimbursed from the federal government. And people throw around how much it's going to cost. I don't know that those numbers are accurate because I think it depends on how many people end up being processed through and how long this stuff goes. I mean, what we're doing is temporary. We're not going to make permanent sites on these locations. The place down in South Florida, it's this massive airport that's there in the Everglades. There's really, security-wise, it's totally foolproof, but massive slabs of concrete out there. And so, they set up with temporary structures on that, and then they'll break them down and move when it's done. And same with Blanding. Blanding has more permanent structures that can be used for this, but the intent is not to commandeer that indefinitely. The intent is to help the mission, and if the feds have enough space, in 6 months or a year, then great. And then we won't necessarily need to be doing it. But there is a need now. And we're not just going to sit on our hands. And if every state did what Florida's doing, if every state just did a fraction of what Florida's doing, you would see, how much progress would be made very, very quickly. But, we're not used to kind of being out in front of the pack when it comes to a lot of these issues.